Welcome back to From Facts to Tea, a podcast that can do both.
Hi guys, welcome back to From Facts to Tea. It's been long, but we're back for the better. So, today we're going to be talking about something that you might already be knowing about. We're going to be talking about how platforms are being used to spread societal messages. And it's really interesting because here we're not talking about social media or advertising or anything else. But this is a platform where thousands of people are present, where there's a huge audience, where there's paparazzi, where there's celebrities. And we're going to be talking about the 75th annual Cannes Film Festival this year.
Alright, so hi guys again. We apologize for the extremely long hiatus that we were on. Academic duty calls, but we're finally back. And so getting to the point, the Cannes Film Festival, as Tavishi said, was celebrating its 75th anniversary of entertaining the world, with actors that come from all around the globe, and there's a couple performances, there's a lot of awards given out, speeches. It's all really fun. We have the red carpet looks. So, something rather interesting had happened this edition. Within the 2 weeks of this film festival having been held, you guys might have seen this video on your social media, or you might have seen the news. And what happened was basically that this woman, singular woman, had come in running into the red carpet, and she was shirtless, and she had just body paint painted onto her with the Ukrainian flag, and she had written on it, "Stop raping us," and there was blood all over her, and in the back she had the word scum written on her, and she was screaming and running around, and obviously, naturally, there were bodyguards that were present, and they had to drag her out. What we get from this is that someone did something for a cause, right? There's a lot of theories on the news that are saying that this was a sort of planned thing from perhaps some sort of organization that wants to spread awareness, radically spread awareness through these actions in public events where they know that a lot of people are going to be watching. It really is something that has meaning to a very large extent, but some people might have really opposing views on. So this could either be classified as impactful or absolutely preposterous, couldn't it? So, Tavishi, what do you think about that?
I mean, I've been looking at a lot of memes relating to this. I mean, I don't understand. So there are two perceptions to it. This is definitely twofold. So on one hand, people are like, this is a public place, it looks shabby, this is not considered acceptable or decent in the eyes of the public, because obviously there are people who are supposed to be wearing heels, and I think that's a rule of the film festival, that you're supposed to be wearing heels if you're a female. And also, I think a lot of rules were not being followed, but it's not always about rules being followed, right? In order to spread awareness about a cause, some rules are meant to be broken. So this was, on the one hand, the negative part of this. And on the other hand, as I mentioned, this was a place with paparazzi, a large audience, and this was being used as a platform to speak up against prevalent societal issues. And I'm not saying that social media is not at all being used to convey such messages, because as Tejal mentioned, that she came from this group called Scum, right? And they had already made an Instagram post on this. So people really knew that this was going to be happening. Not exactly, but yeah, the origin was known. And fun fact, this isn't really the first time the Cannes red carpet has served as the protest spot. Because, even in 1968, if I'm not wrong, this film festival had to be cancelled halfway due to protests too. So it's really funny because, no one could have expected this beforehand maybe. So, in a nutshell, this has been an ideal spot for protests, and people have used the platform to push their message out. Right. And I think the protester really brought huge attention to the public. There have been reports of legions of rapes and other sexual violence committed against Ukrainian civilians by Russian forces. And not just like that, but as weapon of war. So we already know how this the Russia-Ukraine war is faring, right? And there have been like updates literally every second.
I mean, just seeing this whole issue in itself, there's obviously a very, very intense and tragic reason why these bursts of activists doing what they're doing are showing up at public places and doing so. Taking this Cannes Film Festival platform into example. This event, if I'm not wrong, it happened right in the middle of the film festival, which, as I said before, it elongates for a period of 2 weeks. And I think that was done for a reason, as it really had its hype towards the middle of the week when people were like, really engaged in watching every minute of every red carpet look coming inside. And then after this news was passed and after people got to know about it, it also built up this different kind of buzz, this different kind of atmosphere in the following days, where people were maybe even scared that what if something like this happens again? It's obviously something that, can cause a lot of skepticism, a lot of potential even discomfort within people that are witnessing it or that have witnessed it. So I think that while really there is a very driven motive for these radical activists to do what they do, it is in many ways considered indecent and shabby, like you said, and it maybe just could have been raised in a better way.
Yeah, and I think the issue isn't really here. The issue is that people are having to resort to such means to actually spread awareness about what exactly is happening all over the world. This is this big of an issue, which is why people are doing this, right? If they got enough attention, if this issue, so see, it's definitely in the spotlight, but what is being done about this? So I think that is the main reason why people are resorting to such means in the first place. So while a lot of people might have thought that this kind of crossed a lot of limits, I just feel like it really is there in the first place because it is this big of an issue. And people need to know about it and do something about it, actually.
Okay, so see, while we see that this isn't an incident, it happened and it had a message behind it, and there were actions taken. Seeing this sort of quote unquote disruption in such a prestigious film festival and in such a prestigious time for this film festivals to be celebrated, 75 years. But I think that the main purpose of people who do and pull acts like this is to, after all, raise a question. What exactly was the reason why they did it? And this woman, she didn't want people to focus on the fact that she just came into and barged into the film festival. She snuck in topless and filled with blood and paint all over her body, screaming. It was that she had written something on her. She had raised the problem of this brutal violence that's going on in Ukraine. For what reason? For a senseless invasion that's been going on for 3 months, killing so many people through not just arms, not just weaponry, but also like she very boldly painted, rape. And things like this is definitely something that people need to pay more attention to, and using the Cannes Film Festival as a means to bring attention to it, you can't really say that it was wrong. So again, there's always two sides to a story, and we just need to think about, in the end, what we take from it and how much attention we pay to these alarming phenomena that are happening whilst a country is celebrating their 75th film festival anniversary. Okay, so that was our take on this event that had occurred a few weeks ago. So thank you guys so much for listening, And stay tuned, please. We will for sure become more consistent now that we have a little bit more time on our hands. And we will see you guys next time.